Hey everyone, this is a video about Enea's new telemetry feature, which has been added to the UCPE Manager. So the UCPE Manager is the application we use to manage UCPE devices out at the customer premise. And what we're seeing here is the map of actually the manager itself plus two devices. The way the telemetry feature works is there is an agent running on these devices, which is gathering information and sending it back to the manager. And then we'll use Grafana to display the information. So let's take a look at the telemetry. With Grafana, everything is based around dashboards. And this is the main dashboard, which gives you a list of the favorite dashboards plus any recent dashboards you've been seeing. So let's drill down a little bit. So start out with the host overview. And this is basically a overview of the device itself and its current health. And as you can see, there's CPU usage, average load over time, memory distribution, memory utilization, network utilization, and traffic. And this is all graphed over the last hour. And if you'd like, you can back up and go further back in time, for example, like the last 6 hours. And it stretches out the time period. So this is an overview, so we can bring up some other dashboards that have more detailed information. So let's take a look at some of the system hardware. CPU usage, gives you more details on how the CPU is utilized and what it's doing. And it gets right down to the core level. And we can take a look at the memory usage. And how it's being utilized. For example, there's free memory, cache memory, buffered memory, and so on. And we can see disk activity over time. This is over the past 6 hours. And we can look at sensors. For example, here's the fan speed over the past 6 hours. You see as it varies, and the temperature, and even the voltage. Make sure that things are still in spec. There's also more system level information that you can see. The actual processes running on the device and what they're doing. And also information about the virtualization resources. And virtual memory. So you can drill down quite deeply into these various areas to see how the device is behaving and to make sure there's no problems. You can also look at the networking in more detail. And this is over the last 6 hours, and it's being refreshed every 5 seconds. We've got the typical performance indicators like packets received or bytes received, dropped, or errors. And of course, transmitted packets or transmitted bytes per second. Besides all the information that's available, there's also alerting. And how this works is, first of all, we can create an alert to notify the network operator if there's something goes out of tolerance. For example, here's a temperature alert. We'll take a look at that. And over the past 30 minutes, you can see the temperature kind of varies between 35 and 38 degrees centigrade. And we create this rule down here where we can check every 4 seconds the temperature. And if the average goes above 34 degrees centigrade, then we can send out an alert. And we can test that out right here with a test rule. And of course, it read that its current value is 36 degrees, and we said send an alert if it's above 34, so it should send an alert out in that case. So where do those alerts go? Well, they go to these notification channels. And in this example, the high temperature alert is going to go through this channel, which basically uses email, and will send an email to these email addresses here. There's also several other notification mechanisms supported by Grafana that you can use. So as you can see, Grafana is very has a lot of features, and it's easily to configure. You can configure it the way you'd like to get the information that you'd like to see. And you can either create your own dashboards, or you can actually import them from your colleagues, or you can go to Grafana and download other dashboards. So that was a quick overview of the telemetry feature. Thanks for watching.